You know, Mario Party Advance is honestly kinda groundbreaking. I mean, like, it was the first portable Mario Party, the first Mario Party on a Game Boy, the first Mario Party to not feature Wario. It's also just the fucking worst. Now, this isn't just the worst rated Mario Party of all time, no. This game just straight up holds a world record for being the worst rated Mario game of all time as of 2014. Even though I've never played Mario Party Advance myself though, I can't say I'm too surprised. I mean, my only experience with this game was kids on the playground telling me to avoid it like the plague, so yeah, I'm kind of freaking out right now. But I mean, it can't be that bad, right? So we start the game by making a passport. Hobby? I don't know, fucking larceny? What's my biggest dream? Grand larceny. Now, seeing as this is a portable Mario Party, multiplayer isn't really the easiest thing to do. So this game is mostly a single player experience, which means we get a bit of a story. We start off in Party World, a floating fun land where people go to party, I guess. Well, that is until Bowser's big fat ass shows up. God, I wish that were me. So Bowser scatters all the minigames and gadgets from Party World across a place called Shroom City, and it's up to you to get them back. You then select to play as either Mario, Luigi, Peach, or Yoshi, and set off to do just that. Now, with this being a Mario Party game and all, you'll of course be rolling dice and playing minigames. But that's where the similarities with past Mario Parties end. It's almost misleading to even brand this as a Mario Party game. Like, if you forced me into a room and had me play this without telling me what it was, I wouldn't be all like, oh, it's Mario Party. No, I'd be all like, I wanna go home. Now, there's 4 different spaces you can land on. Yellow does nothing, green lets you roll again, red makes you lose a turn, and a minigame space has you playing a random minigame for mushrooms. You can only move if you have mushrooms. Once you run out, it's game over. The point of the game is to do quests for random characters, and there is so much variety here. Like, there's this one with a dolphin that's a failing comedian, so he begs you to laugh at his jokes, so you literally spend the entire quest just pitied laughing at this guy, and it's actually really sad. Oh, but then there's this other quest, right, where you gotta figure out who robbed this thwomp while he was out of his house. But through your detective sleuthing, you figure out this motherfucker can't even leave his house because his dump truck ass is too big to even fit through the door. So the thwomp reveals he actually robbed himself so he could call a detective over because he's just lonely. Oh, but then there's this silly little dinosaur, right? I love this guy. And he tells you he's sad because no one understands him. You know, this whole section or whatever is supposed to be me, like, praising these quests for how charming they can be, but fuck, man, I just can't stop thinking about that thwomp now. Poor guy, dump truck ass, just sitting there, lonely. The minigames are honestly the weakest part of this mode, to be honest, which is weird to say considering it's Mario Party and minigames are kind of like, you know, what this series is all about. Like I said before, you need to play them to get more mushrooms so you can continue playing. But as far as I can tell, the minigames don't ever scale up in difficulty. So once you play them all, you're kind of just playing them over and over again because you have to, not because you want to. It just becomes tedious and kind of ruins the flow of the game, in my opinion. Like, I don't want to stop what I'm doing to help these stupid fucking monkeys. I want to help this stupid fucking monkey. There are quite a few decent minigames though, like Fling Shot, where you see how far you can launch yourself, or Bill Bounce, where you're trying to chain jumps off bullet bills, or even Sort Stack, where you're just cleaning a bookshelf. But even the best minigames can end up feeling like busy work due to the whole difficulty not scaling thing. At least playing them in free mode is a bit more enjoyable since you can try and beat your own high scores, but even that can get old fairly quickly. Then you have gadgets. Gadgets are what you get for completing quests in Shroom City, and they're, Yep. They're not really games, but more so just interactive things for you to do. Like, one is literally just counting sheep. There's a snow globe, an animation of a fan. There's a stick game, of course, best game. A close-up of Mario's greasy ass lips.
Here's my brother Luigi now to tell you a whole heap of a spaghetti pile of information. Hello, Mario.
I don't know, I guess they're charming, but they don't really offer much else besides just being cute. They kinda remind me a bit of the toys from Rhythm Heaven, just, you know, not as good. Now, even though the main focus is the single player, there's quite a bit of multiplayer stuff as well. Some of which you need a link cable for, some you don't, and some you even need a physical game board for. More on that later. The multiplayer stuff that doesn't use a link cable is just you passing the Game Boy back and forth trying to beat each other's high score. But you can apparently do this mode with up to 100 people. 100 fucking people! Imagine packing 100 people into a room just to play fucking stick game. When it comes to the stuff you need a link cable for, you got Penguin Race. It's just a race where the better your records are for the minigames, the faster your penguin goes. You got a mode that lets you play all the battle minigames together, and you also have Secret Battle, where the loser has to reveal their secret they typed in for their passport. And just like that, everyone knows I'm a big Larceny fan. But without a doubt, the most interesting multiplayer feature has got to be the bonus board. It's just straight up a physical Mario Party board game that came with every copy of Mario Party Advance. Now, this isn't actually the first time Nintendo did a physical Mario Party game. A few years prior, in 2003, Nintendo released Mario Party E. However, that one was a bit more involved, requiring you to own a GBA, an e-reader, the game board, and you had to have the 64 e-reader cards to get the full experience. Mario Party Advance's take on this concept is a bit more accessible, since you only need the game board and a copy of Mario Party Advance to play. You start by cutting out the game pieces and the star space. I don't want to cut up my board, so I'm just going to use some Pepto and Flintstone vitamins. Then you select bonus board from Mario Party Advance's main menu, and you're all set to go. So on the GBA screen, you have three options. The top lets you roll the dice, and the other two are used when you land on specific spaces on the game board. The game board has a few different spaces. Yellow does nothing, pipes warp you to the center of the board, and vice versa. Brown lets you move the star, and blue spaces have you playing a gadget with the other players. When you land on a gadget space, you pick the left option on the GBA, and a random gadget will be selected for you to play. Each gadget has special rules specifically for this mode, which are listed in the game's instruction manual. These rules include having the losing player go all the way back to start, or letting the winner have an extra turn. It even specifically encourages you to add some house rules for winning or losing these games, which is honestly pretty cool. Could make for an interesting drinking game or something. The ultimate goal of the game is to make it to the center of the board and get the star, but it's not enough to just land on the star space. You also have to use the GBA to pick a random box that hopefully has the star in it, and that's basically the bonus board. It doesn't have too much depth, but just like with any board game, if you play with the right people, it can be a pretty fun time. It's also just cool that they even did something like this at all. Like, they didn't have to put this together and include it, but they did, and I think that's pretty neat. But back to Mario Party Advance. Is it really that bad? Does it deserve the title of worst rated Mario game? Hell no! Honestly, I really like this game. While the actual Mario Party elements are pretty underwhelming, there's still an extremely charming and enjoyable game here. But I think the biggest problem with this game is the fact that it's even called a Mario Party game to begin with. This just straight up isn't a Mario Party game. I mean, not counting the bonus board, this game is barely even a party game at all. And I feel that's where a lot of the criticism for this game comes from. If you're comparing it to the other Mario parties, then yeah, this game blows. But if you treat it as its own thing, then you'll find a lot to enjoy here. The writing's genuinely funny, the quests are charming, there's a ton of variety. There's even quite a few references and obscure callbacks to previous Mario games, and it's just, I don't know, it's all just so unique and I love it. They really should have just called this like Mario Quest or something and put more of a focus on the RPG elements instead of trying to force in a bunch of party game stuff. So yeah, worst Mario Party game, yeah, I can agree with that. But calling this the worst Mario game ever is so far from the truth. Now, most depressing Mario, yeah, fuck this game.